A lot of people are talking about tanking and so many problems with the NBA, and the NBA isn't what it was. And I think that's a common phrase you're seeing from people, is that the NBA isn't what it was. We're about to go into All-Star game. There's another new All-Star game format. It's probably going to suck. The dunk contest is probably going to suck. And all of this stuff is probably going to suck. And we're getting teams fined like the Indiana Pacers and the Utah Jazz for tanking. And it's gotten me thinking about the issues that the NBA is currently in right now. And I think I've kind of found a bit of the culprit, or at least want to talk about some things here, because the NBA has always been a league about stars, dynasties, and, it's just been such a cool sport and such a cool league. And now it seems to be away from that a little bit. As and I think we got to take a look at Adam Silver here and just be like, listen, man, did you overreact to things people were complaining about and talking about maybe a decade ago? Because now just look at what the league was when Silver took over. What did people complain about? Well, they complained about tanking. We're still complaining about tanking. So that issue's still there. Complain about effort in the All-Star game. No All-Star game is good. I think he just overreacted to issues that people were having with the NBA. Let's get this out of the way. Even in the NBA's peaks, the All-Star game sucked. It just sucks more now, but the All-Star game always wasn't good. There was always a moment in the regular season that was bad. Like, it was a slog fest, guys didn't maybe try as hard or stuff, and there was always tanking. Tanking always existed. So now, tanking is actually being accidentally encouraged because of the new lottery odds, which were supposed to decrease tanking. Well, no, not really. They've actually increased it. Because now that teams say, actually one of the good things I thought Silver introduced was the play-in tournament. Well, now, what's the point of playing in the play-in tournament when a team like the Dallas Mavericks, who was in the play-in tournament last year with the new lottery odds, got the number one pick in Cooper Flag? So now, if you're in the play-in, what's the purpose of really playing in that play-in tournament game to make the playoffs and probably lose in the first round? Silver has just overreacted to these issues. It's just blatantly obvious. There was no need to. Now they don't even know what they're doing with the All-Star game, it feels like now. Listen, man, just get on your players for taking half-court shots and 75-footers in the All-Star game. That's really what the issue is, and get your players to fucking do the dunk contest. That's really what it is. That's the problem with the All-Star game. The guys don't do the dunk contest anymore. It's unclear really why. Do they not want to get hurt? I'm not really sure, because in layup lines they do this stuff, so they don't want to embarrass themselves with social media. I think that's a big part of it too, but it's like, that's the reason. The All-Star game stinks. There's not this all gimmicky stuff. And let's talk about let's just talk about what the real issues are with the NBA, which is clearly respect for the fans. These guys aren't playing in games. They're trying to do whatever they can to take them out of all NBA teams and all-star, I understand that, but maybe you need to shorten the season. Because guys not playing is a big slap in the face to the fans. There's a lot of injuries, so whatever these guys are doing, clearly they're getting torn Achilles and they're getting hurt. So that's number 2. And number 3 is this in-season tournament is stupid. It doesn't mean anything. The Knicks aren't hanging this banner. It's dumb. The final game doesn't even count. So there's people who are fans with it. I think more people don't care about it. And we're leading to this point of the problem is the game itself. Because when you watch college basketball, for example. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of NIL and players changing all the time after 1 year and stuff. But if you watch the game, it's a lot more pure and it's a lot more fluid, and there's no foul baiting, there's no, and it's not just a bunch of people chucking up threes and stuff. The NBA needs to introduce some sort of hand checking to decrease that, and just completely get rid of foul baiting. Here's the problem. They're not going to do that, because if you're going to do that, the players are going to hate you. And Adam Silver doesn't like the players hating him. Let's just be honest. He doesn't like the players hating him. This is a drastic issue for the NBA because I think the biggest problem with it is the quality of basketball being played. And how it's just not fun to watch really as much anymore. There's just too much offense. There's too much foul baiting. There's too much pauses in action. There's too much three-point shooting. And there's players not playing all the games. That is the biggest issue with the NBA. And here's another thing, too, the CBA. Because Kevin Durant goes to the Golden State Warriors and people complaining about super teams. Guess what? The history of the NBA is super teams. That's what it is. The Boston Celtics dynasties, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Miami Heat with LeBron James, the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron, with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. Like, this is the peak of the NBA has super teams. So not only are you taking that away, number one, I get it because Kevin Durant went to Golden State, but guess what? I don't think a lot of people would have, after what KD, the reception he got after that, I don't think another star would have done that. I really don't. So there was no need to overreact to that too. And the ratings were great. And people enjoyed watching Kevin Durant in Golden State. Some people did against LeBron. And then now it's the reversal. Because now if you draft well, you actually can't keep a lot of those players. Like Oklahoma City is going to have in a couple years. They're not going to be able to keep everybody. And they've drafted well. And they're a small market. Like, that's what we want. They've actually built a dynasty through the draft. I don't... this is all just overreaction to what the key issues are. And it's just made more of a mess. And it's going to take a commissioner who doesn't fear being disliked to change it. And I'm not saying that can't be Adam Silver, but what I've seen for the last 10, 12 years, what makes you think it can be?